first meeting, we'll be learning how to set up a server from the scratch. For this example, we'll be setting up a Minecraft server, and we will show how that works. And all together, you can have different types of services. It can be like different game servers. Like I know someone in Computer Society asked for Terraria, or maybe you want to do CS, media service I talked about, file servers. You can have stuff back up automatically through other things like sync thing. All right, so textbook definition, server is a computer or software that provides data, resources, or services to other computers over a network. I just like to say it's like the provider.
Usually, no, it doesn't have to pertain particularly to like, Minecraft or specific area. There's many different servers you can have. Typically, people have Linux servers. They can potentially have like more SSH, like computers you could SSH into. We also have like, say for example, a media server. You want to make your own Netflix, you can have Plex, you can have Jellyfin. And you can also do some things like, say you hate cloud services nowadays. They're unreliable. Make your own Google Drive, You can make like a cloud service, and you can have a NAS server, which is what I made like from an old Raspberry Pi that I had, and a hard drive, just like a old hard drive that I took from my own computer. You don't need a lot of stuff for this kind of stuff, and it's something easy to make on the fly. Tedious to set up. We'll go through at least an example of how to make a Minecraft server, so you kind of get the idea of how it might be similar to making other servers that you might be interested in.
For the first step, you'll need to find a computer, typically used. It could be new, but it should be meant for a server.
In this case, we're broke. This thing was from the flea market. This thing right here is an Acer. It's a notebook with 4 gigabytes of RAM. It should have probably maybe around 100 gigabytes of storage, but this thing can still be utilized as a server. We'll show you in a second that we could just get rid of the OS on there and then just make it into a whole brand new thing.
For those who may not have a computer, there is a free alternative. Oracle does offer a free cloud server you can use. Basic processing power, 24 gigabytes of RAM, 150 gigabytes of storage that you can use. It is accessed through OpenSSH. They give you the key and the OS to put on there. But for this instance, we will use a computer. If you do have stuff on there and it's your own personal laptop, I highly suggest you back up anything before you wipe it. All right, step 2, you will need to find a USB stick. You will need one of these. Typically you want 4 gigabytes. For this instance, we will be using Ubuntu server, which is free and provides 5 years. There's other stuff you can use. We're gonna download Ubuntu OS from the official site, and we will use a software that will put the OS onto the USB stick. Some examples, we'll be using Rufus, but there is also Balena Etcher. I've used that once before as well when I was reading a guide. All right, so you just wanna find the official Ubuntu site, which is usually just from Googling Ubuntu, and you can find ubuntu.com. There's the download Ubuntu. We're gonna go to the server, so we will select the most recent. It's 3 gigabytes, so my 4 gigabytes minimum is pretty close to that. Meanwhile, while this is downloading, we will get our Rufus software tool. So we'll just look up Rufus if we like to download. Just make sure you don't click on anything that's obviously not Rufus. We will head into the, I guess, portable, since everything here on this computer is going to get wiped. And that's Rufus. There it is. You can see it got automatically detected from Rufus. All right, so Ubuntu ISO is finished installing. So we would go ahead and select it. All right, so once you have it loaded onto Rufus, you shouldn't have to touch any of the stuff here. It's set to the best recommended settings. You would just start, and it will give you a warning saying anything on the USB drive will be destroyed. So make sure to move stuff out of that USB drive if you do have stuff on it. And it will start partitioning. This may take a little bit, so we'll be back once it finishes up. And Rufus is done with putting the ISO into the USB drive. So for step 4, now we can plug in your USB stick and boot into the BIOS of your system, usually through spamming delete or F2. And in the boot options, we'll select the USB drive, and that's how we'll get started.
So this is going to be your BIOS. Go all the way, you use the arrow keys, go from the side all the way to the boot menu. And then right here, it's going to have like your boot priority order. Now that we have the priority boot all the way at number 1, so it's going to load into that one first. As soon as the computer starts up, we're going to go to exit saving changes, and so we can do that. And then right now, it's going to start up the computer again, and it should, there we go, do this.
Oh god, that is a problemo.
That is a problem.
It's staying longer than 5 seconds. Let's go, we made it!
Okay, we fixed it.
Let's go!
There we go.
God bless the internet.
Do not use legacy.
Alright, so there are different options. We want to select to try or install Ubuntu server, which is what we want to do.
Notice how it says try, and so it's gonna figure out whether or not this computer is up to the task.
To English, so we can put English on Ubuntu. Select that. It will ask us what's our keyboard. We will want Ubuntu server, and it will run its good stuff. It'll ask for where's the internet. We don't have internet. All right, this is the part where if you wanted to do only a custom mount for dual booting, that's where you will. We will wipe this entire disk. Once you click done, I think that will wipe the entire, no, not yet. So it'll just give you everything that's about to do. It'll wipe the drive, make 2 parts with the /boot EFI, and you'll select done. Once you click continue, it will wipe the drive. So this is your final chance to get anything. Goodbye, whoever owned this laptop. And it will ask us our name. Computing. I can't spell. Thank you
I think
for.
you had it like that before, no?
Nope. All right, and then we'll just set the computer name, the server name, when you are trying to discover it from other computers. Username, we will just use. I will use my nickname, Dima. All right, password. Password. And we'll just write password again.
Never make your password.
This is where you would want to install if you want to access the server remotely. This is highly recommended, so you don't have to constantly come back to your laptop, open it up, and enter whatever you want. You can access it from somewhere far away on your desktop. Is really recommended if you use this a lot to install OpenSSH. All right, and it is installing. So for real this time, goodbye whoever owned this laptop. Your information will be valued to the data heaven, or where destroyed data goes. Oh, it's done, I believe.
Yeah, installation complete.
It has a reboot now, so that's what we will do. It's like
You're
beeping.
lying.
What?
Oh my. Oh wait, it's not in. It's still in safe boot.
Hey there, Computing Society president here in post-production. What you're gonna see up ahead now is basically a whole lot of problems. We tried everything from trying to fix the boot loop, disabling secure boot, getting another laptop, and that one just simply not working at all. So I'll just show you our favorite moments in trying to fix this problem. So it appears our laptop is doing the boot loop again, so we just need to get into BIOS once more. What is Olympus?
I'm guessing it's what we got.
Alright, you know what? Let's try Legacy.
Okay.
Oh, hey.
Hold on.
I don't know. We're getting somewhere.
Media test failure. Insert boot disk. What do you mean? Do you think whoever had this fucked it up somehow?
Olympus Lite is a Fedora-based lightweight Linux distribution developed by Olympus Technology.
But it's Ubuntu. It's not Fedora. Fedora is a whole different thing. So yeah, in the end, both laptops got scrapped, and I just grabbed my old high school laptop and slapped a Ubuntu server on that. Weird thing about it, Chromebook OS does not allow you to install any other OS, so I had to go through a guide of installing a new firmware that would allow you to
get a new BIOS that allows you to install the OS, and that's where we are now. Now we continue on with the video.
We would now download Java runtime for Linux. As you know, Minecraft Java Edition runs on Java, so assuming the server doesn't have Java, we'll need Java if we want to host Minecraft. I just recommend OpenJDK. This is the open source version of JDK, but we only need to run a server, so we don't need all that jazz. So we will install the runtime for it just to be able to run JavaScripts. Very simple as that. I already have Java installed. If you were to install Java and you are connected to the internet, then you will have access to repositories. So you would do sudo for super user, apt for the list of applications, install openjdk21.jre, and that you will run that command and it will connect with the repositories and install Java for you. Now we will need to open a port number that will allow access to the server through that port. Minecraft, for that fact of the matter, for the Java edition, it is 25565. This is how any user who is accessing the server will access through it. It's like a hole for the server to enter through. Minecraft utilizes that port. The Linux Ubuntu has its own built-in firewall called UFW, Universal Firewall. UFW status. You'll ask me for my password. We'll just enter the password we set at the very beginning. Beforehand, I did this stuff, but I will show you the commands on how to set it. There is a command you can do called man that will tell you what each command does. So man, UFW, and it will tell you everything that you need to know about the command. You would do sudo UFW allow the port to be let into the server. So you do 25565 and the protocol TCP and UDP. You'd enter each one each time. So TCP, enter it again, but then replace TCP with UDP, and you will need to enable it. So you need to enable it. As such, you have to sudo UFW enable. It is active, and you will just want to do sudo UFW reload to set all the rules in order. And you will double check, as I did at the start, with sudo UFW status, and it will show you what is allowed, what is not allowed. And now we would download and load the .jar that will make the Minecraft server. You would go to the official website as listed on here. Each time they release a new version, they will release a version alongside that. To get the server, you would do a command called wget. So for this, you will run sudo wget, and you would enter in the link. So with the link, you would just hover over where you would download, copy the link address, copy link, and paste it in there through OpenSSH, or you would just paste it and then write it down as such.
The following is for specifically my presentation, as we did not have access to internet with switches. So if you're just connected to your Wi-Fi router, that will already be connected to the internet and you won't have to do all of this. So you can go ahead and skip this part. I will leave a timeline of where you can skip to.
All right, since for this instance we have no internet and no router, we need to set a static IP for both systems. So for some laptops, they will not include an Ethernet port on the side, so you'll need to use an adapter and such. I have a USB-C hub connected to the Ethernet cable. Usually at home you have a Wi-Fi router and with Ethernet ports to plug in the back. We went a little overkill with the gigabit switch. As we can see, it is plugged in and we are getting a signal. Okay, once you get into the net plan stuff, you will adjust the settings as such. As for the local, you can set the last 2 digits to anything you want. Net plan, apply, enter, and then it will work. You will set the Windows laptop to the adjustable settings. So on our fellow PC, we will set the subnet mask to that, with the last one being 0. And again, for this one, set it to 192.168.1.anything between 2 and 255, but not the same as your server, as you can't build 2 homes on the same place unless it's like a skyscraper, but in this instance, no. Find wherever you installed it. For this instance, I made a directory called Minecraft server, which you can make by doing mkdir and then the name of the directory. And to change into it, you'll do cd and then name of directory, use tab to autofill. You will go in and see all the good stuff. When you run it for the first time, it will ask you to agree to the EULA, which you will just edit through Nano. Once you do that, you can set up the arguments so you don't have to deal with all that gross interface, and you will just go ahead and run. Oh, that's why I accidentally put a space between the 4 and the X for maximum. All that red stuff is probably because I'm not connected to the internet. Okay, it looks like the server is up. So with your other PC, we will connect to the IP address we set on the server. So now we are stuck. We cannot play because it cannot connect to the internet, so it is required to use the internet. With your friends. And that's all. This is all from Computing Society. Stay tuned. I just did all of that for nothing. I'm going to bed. See ya. Peace.